Good morning. This is Grandma Tigger coming to you from Oklahoma. What do you think about all the recent happenings in our good old Supreme Court? The other day we had the overturn of RVW, and today we have Ketanji Brown Jackson taking the place of Stephen Breyer. Um, I'm not going to get into particulars on the RVW, but I will just say that it's my belief that this is another effort of them to stir up more hate and animosity among American citizens. And that's all I have to say about that. Um, Recently, I watched a show called Programmed to Kill, and it was about John Wayne Gacy. Um, and that show left more questions for me than answers. Um, Here's this construction worker that gets security clearance to have a gathering that includes um, the president's wife, um, Rosalind Carter. Man, my brain just went out. I couldn't even think of her name. But Rosalind Carter was there, and also the name of his company, PDM, and the fact that he kept saying that there were more people involved in this. And I have learned when you feel like there's more to the story, then there usually is more to the story. Um, Back in the 80s, Tom Philpott did a series about boys being kidnapped and used in prostitution rings, and trafficked and stuff. And later he like unalived himself or something similar. And that is a little suspicious. But the fact that um, Gacy was saying that he had more people involved. If you look at his worker, Phil Paskey, he worked for a guy named John Norman that ran the Delta Project. And, you know, let me see if I can open this up. John Norman, let's see. He was a repeat sexual offender with a history of sexual assault and exploitation of young men since the 50s. Um, in the 1970s, he was one of the biggest stories in the country about a bust in a child trafficking ring in Dallas, with Norman at the helm of it. But the key thing was that 3 times when they were raiding his different places where he lived, there would be these complex Rolodex cards and note taking and pictures and everything. And 3 times, not just once, so it would be like oopsie daisy, but 3 different times he had these complex Rolodex systems that were taken from the premises, and then later no one can find them. Um, and I told you all in the past that everything is connected. I believe everything is connected. Remember the um, thing that shut down a lot of people back probably about 5, 10 years ago. The whole Pizzagate thing. Um, and I'm making a point. I'm getting there. My brain's just like all over. But anyway, I think it's all connected. Like I said, that John Norman, he ran the Delta, Project Delta, right? And usually when you see project in the front of something, you know who that's connected with, right? But what is the symbol for a delta? Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, a delta symbol, right? And to make it a little more clear where I'm going with this, let's put a few of these on there. Now, does that make some sense? Um, but like I said, the fact that Gacy had clearance to people like Rosalind Carter and all, and then I was watching another. I love to watch documentaries, but I just watched one called The Staircase, and the sex worker that was called into question, his name was Brent Wolgamott, and he said that there were highly respectable men and judges that were his customers. And that goes back to this Philpott back in the day. But anyway, um, you think about Charles Manson. You know, he was surrounded by underage girls, and nobody said anything about that except to call those girls hippies and prostitutes. Um, Underage prostitute, but no one raised, alarm bells, because they were hippies. You demonize the victim, right? I said Gacy, and then there's this Dean Coral that was also working in the same time, and these people had networks all across the country, but no one sees any correlation between all of these people. And then today, we have these missing indigenous women. Truck driver going across the country easily could transport people. But like I said, that's some thoughts I've had. But these people, according to Tom Philpott, were pillars of society. And so I just think it's all connected. And so, like, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I think it's still going on. And I think that everything we see going on in the country today is all connected to, like I said, all the stuff that I've been telling you about. And it kind of, you know, I told you all on my videos, I've told you all to Google the words died suddenly and just start opening your eyes to how many people are listed died suddenly, and you see all of these stars. And I've told you I've got a poem that I wrote about that, died suddenly. My cat is wanting to get in here. She probably wants to attack my toes. Let me get her. But going back to the Georgia Guidestones, they want to reduce the population. And I think all of this stuff is connected. The recent RVW thing, on both sides, there's pretty extreme thoughts and opinions about this decision. And what better way to, like I said, they try to use our race, our religion, our eschatologies. Everything is coming at us, and viruses, everything coming at us. And here we go, adding more fuel to the fire with this RVW decision. And I think it's just to escalate the tensions among American citizens. I just worked, I normally work 12-hour shifts, but I had to work 4 days in a row. And I'm not a spring chicken. That whooped me just to be able to afford. Go, kitty, go on. Just to be able to afford the gas and all these extras that are being added to me. You know, I had to um, cancel a doctor's appointment for yesterday because of thinking about having to buy the fuel to drive all the way to Tulsa and back. That's an extra expense. And so I think, you know, if you want to call it they or whatever, them, whatever pronoun they're going by these days. But, oh, and speaking of acronyms, like CIA, that PDM, like I said, narcissists, they love to flaunt things in front of you. Um, the PDM I was thinking about, they say it's for paint, design, and maintenance. Well, what about president of the Delta males, or um, pedophile dominatrix, or masochism? Like I said, there's always a deeper underlying reason why people do stuff like that. Um, but, and I know I'm rambling, I'm all over the place, but I hope that I'm showing you all that y'all need to be on guard. This is a war, and like I said, if whether it be the nefarious they, them, it, um, we're in a war, and Satan is at the helm of it. And I will tell you that the only way you're going to get through this is if you are praying, if you belong to Jesus and you ask Him to be your covering. Love you all, and I hope I didn't ramble too much, but just wanted to throw some thoughts out to you all and see what you all thought about what I was thinking. Bye.